The Vanishing Room. Lena had always been drawn to the old mansion on the outskirts of town. It stood alone, surrounded by overgrown gardens, with windows that seemed to watch her whenever she passed by. The locals whispered about it, claiming it was cursed, but that only fueled her curiosity. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lena decided to explore the mansion. She approached the creaking front door, which surprisingly gave way with just a slight push. The inside was shrouded in dust and shadows, the air thick with the scent of decay. She wandered through the grand hallways, her footsteps echoing against the cold marble floors. As she explored deeper, Lena discovered a small door tucked away at the end of a narrow corridor. It was unlike the others, simple, wooden, and slightly ajar, as if inviting her in. With a racing heart, she pushed it open. The room beyond was small and square, with nothing but a single chair in the center and a large, ornate mirror on the far wall. The mirror caught her attention immediately. It was old, with a tarnished frame covered in intricate carvings. The glass was cloudy, distorting her reflection as she stepped closer. Lena hesitated before touching the mirror. As soon as her fingers brushed the cold surface, the room seemed to shift. The walls trembled, the floor quaked, and the air grew thick, suffocating. Lena's reflection in the mirror began to change, her face warping into something unfamiliar, something sinister. Panicked, she pulled her hand away, but the room continued to change. The walls started to close in on her, the ceiling lowering, the air growing colder and colder. The once small, square room now felt like a trap, squeezing the breath from her lungs. She spun around, reaching for the door, but it was gone. In its place was a solid wall, smooth and featureless. The room was shrinking, the mirror now dominating the space. Her reflection twisted and distorted, the face in the glass grinning back at her with a malevolent smile. Lena's mind raced. She was trapped. The room was consuming her, and the mirror was the only way out. Desperate, she lunged at the mirror, hoping to break it, but instead, she was pulled into it. Everything went black. When Lena opened her eyes, she was back in the mansion's corridor, standing outside the small door. But something was wrong. The air felt different, heavier. She turned to leave, but her feet wouldn't move. She looked down and saw her reflection staring up at her from the polished floor. Except it wasn't her reflection. It was her, trapped on the other side of the mirror, looking out at herself, now a prisoner in the reflection. The door to the small room creaked shut behind her, sealing her fate. Lena screamed, but no one heard. The mansion swallowed her cries, leaving nothing but silence. And the mirror, waiting for the next curious soul.